In this video, we're going to cover how to build a new product. So we've just built a package, and now I want to build the associated product that's going to go with it. So I'm going to go to the folder that I want the product to live in. And once I hover over it, I do have the option to now add the product. I'm going to title it, and I want it to be exactly how we're going to show it in the costing sheet to the client. So this is going to be an admission fee into the museum. Now when you come to your quantity unit, you want to be specific also in how you are calling out that product. If you were using staff, it would be per staff per hour. For vehicles, it would be per vehicle per hour. And for this, it is a single person line item product, so it'll be per person. Just make sure too, when you are working with per event type of items, that you're being specific with that as well. You want to stay away from using flat fee. For instance, if you were to have a tour guide gratuity, you may have multiple tour guides on that tour depending on the amount of people. So if you were to list flat fee, it could be confusing to the client as to how many of those fees they were being charged. Then go into your classification, and because this is a tour, it's under activities. Your destination will automatically be checked and then create your product. So now here at the top, you'll see you do have the option to copy or move this product. And now we're going to set the product details. We've already listed the classification. And then when we come to selectable as part of a package, in most instances, you want to list no. Because say, for instance, we were to delete this specific line item from the package, or if we needed to add this into another tour that we were building and we wanted to add it directly from the costing sheet within a proposal, if we had selected yes on this line, it would not allow you to pull it in. It would make you then create this product as part of a package up front and then pull the entire package into the proposal. If you select no, it gives you greater flexibility. For the unit measure, we've already named that it is charged per person. Your unit quantity is 1 on this. You can ever have half a person for something like this fee. Next is the unit step. This comes into play when, say for instance, you're selling something like entertainment, and you may have a per entertainer cost or price, but you want to sell it as a duo. You would then change your unit step to 2 so that you could always sell them in pairs. Capacity, for this, it is a per person price, so the capacity is 1. Capacity can change depending on the type of product that you're selling. If you have a product such as a motor coach fee per hour, your capacity would be 50. If you're working with a venue buyout fee, your capacity would be whatever the venue's capacity is. Can the capacity be overridden on this? I'm going to say no, because only one person will get in with a single admission fee. Now your destination will automatically check the content library that you're working in. And then you want to set the blackout dates that apply to this specific line item. Here at the top, if you need to adjust the title name, you can. And now when we come to the description, I want to caution you, you do not need to add descriptions or photos to individual line item products. It essentially creates double work because any photos or text, anything that's within the description of a product does not get carried over when you pull in this product to a package. You want to make sure that any photos or text that you're using are created within the article that is attached to the package article. So if we included a photo within the Liberace Museum admission fee and that I then pulled it into the package, that photo would not carry over into the package description. If I had any internal notes, I could enter them here as well. We're now going to go add our price. So first I'm going to start with the cost that the vendor is charging me. I'm going to assume that's $15. It does not include the tax and gratuity. There is no gratuity associated with this product. However, there is tax. Now this will default to the percentage margin amount set for your specific destination. You could always tailor it to whatever you want it to be, so maybe I only want it to be a 20% margin. I can set that, and then I can also adjust the price to anything I like, so I'm going to make it an even $20. Now it does include the tax, because I've already set the tax up there. Now for the price tax and the alternate currency, you're most likely never going to use these fields, so just leave them set as they are. Then on your effective date, because I'm entering this and it's going to be current for the rest of the year, I'm just going to set the effective date as today. Now, for instance, you would want to set it in the future if you had a vendor email you the pricing for the following year. I could then go in and select the time that it would then apply. You can have several different effective dates in for a single line item product. So if price were to fluctuate depending on time of the year or season, you could set your different effective dates, and Viper will automatically know based upon the time that the proposal is for which pricing to pull in. Now for your maximum instances. For this, it is a per person fee that we are selling. So with the maximum instances, I could list that as the capacity for the venue. So perhaps we're only allowed 300 people into the Liberace Museum at a single time. That would be my maximum instances. My unit minimum will always be 1. You could set your unit minimum at a higher amount. Say, for instance, you're working with staff. Staff always have a 4-hour unit minimum. That's how you would change it. Or if you had to meet a specific minimum of people in order to receive group pricing. For this, I'm just going to leave it at 1. Now the provider is where you would enter in if you have different vendors that all provide the same product. You would want to enter in their specific pricing for each vendor. To be able to add a provider, they must be listed as a vendor in your vendor library. You would use this if, for instance, in Chicago, they do different architectural tours and they have 3 different providers that all do the architectural tour admission fee, but at a different rate. So you could have 3 separate providers for the same tour. In the comments, you can add in any comment that is specific for this line item product. Keep in mind that the comments are the comments that show on the costing sheet. They are hints and reminders that apply to the specific line item. Once you're done, click Save, and you now have created the product with pricing.